Recently, the leader of the OPC and the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Ìbà Gani Adams, talked about Nigeria's security situation in Nigeria, especially what is going on in the Yoruba land. According to him, he said many Nigerians have been blaming him for not being protective enough for his Yoruba people in a video shared on the internet. And there are many things which the Nigerians don't know about declaring war. He said he will analyze it. And according to what he said many Nigerians that are blaming him that he has not been active enough and do not know the meaning of what it means to declare war in Yoruba land. That as a leader, you must not jump into conclusion without carrying some gigantic Yoruba leader along. You must not act according to how people push you to do something. If Yoruba did not tell you to declare war and you go ahead and declare the war, you will be used as sacrifice. Those are the things I have learned while dealing with my Yoruba people. For instance, when we were trying to build Amotekun, that time the marauders have started killing our people from some side of the country. So I wrote letters to all the Yoruba state governors, but none of them responded. I wrote the letters for the second time, yet no response. Later, I resolved to write letters to the kings, in which it was the king of Ilaru that responded by sending a letter to the Ogun State governor before other governors intervened. In the process of bringing Yoruba together to build Amotekun, it was another Yoruba man, which I won't mention, that stood against it. Now that Amotekun has come to stay, one must not just declare war like that. One needs to still consult some leaders so that one will not end blaming himself. Yes, so that is what Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò is saying. And he said, when you look at him, when you listen to him, you will just be surprised. You will not even blame him too much. Because I remember vividly because when I watched the video, it was even before now, because he was the first person I could remember that he said terrorists have already, they've invaded the Yoruba land. People say, I beg you, what is this man they talk? He said it. We are always forgetting things. Majority of Nigerians do forget it. We are even talking about what Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, because I heard him vividly when he said it at that time, but nobody listened to him. Then what are we now going to say about Nnamdi Kanu that has been talking about this Fulani estimate since? Has he not been saying it? The funniest part that is so surprising that people are not even referring to it. Apart from the Biafran people, the Biafran members, they are the ones saying, oh yes, Nnamdi Kanu is this, oh Nnamdi Kanu is the Messiah, is a prophet. Okay, not Messiah, okay, that is a prophet. He has said it. They are the ones trying to remind people. But people who are now affected now, they don't bother, because they have been warned, they have been told. And I remember this man said the same thing. He said the same thing, that the terrorists have already occupied the Yoruba forest. Nobody said anything. I remember when he said it. Maybe that was when he wrote the letter. But from what he's saying, that the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò is not the way it used to be now. It's not the way it used to be in those days. Then there were no there was no democracy, and there were no governors. It was only the monarchs. Those monarchs, they were the custodians of the law and the tradition of the people. So now that before you do anything, because of democracy, and those who are there now, who call themselves politicians, they are not ready to do anything. Like he said, he wrote letters many times, none of them responded, but he still did the same thing. He said in those days, then, you don't need to go through all these bottlenecks that, you have to inform this one, you have to inform this one. Before they will say, you are politicizing everything. And I'm always asking, if people don't politicize all these things, it is only when somebody is saying something that is not right, you say, you say maybe it's a propaganda, but somebody is saying something right. You are there. Is it not true politics that you are there? Is it not true politics that people elected you? So what are we talking about? So the man says, stop blaming me, because I know what I'm doing. At the end of the day, the people that will pushing you, go and do this, they are the ones that will now come back and tell you, oh, we'll send you, I get this and that. And I'm sure he's trying to exonerate himself, because some people are saying, oh, maybe he's talking to this man, Sunday Igboho, because now see what is happening. How many of them are even supporting him? Is it not the only of Ife that came out and said, Sunday Igboho, just stop, don't worry, let the constituted authority take over from where you have stopped? What have they done since then? They've done nothing. Of course, people knew quite right that they're not going to do anything before. Now, people have been complaining. They never did anything. So, how do you expect them to do something now that everything has just gone the other way around? So, the man is defending himself. For those of you who are blaming him, and he's trying to explain that that is just the way it is. Well, this is directed at Sunday Igboho. I said it. If you know, you know. Now, Yoruba people will kill Sunday last. Something, God forbid. What is the meaning of that statement? No, the man is just trying to exonerate himself because people are saying, "Oh, you are weak. You are not proactive." But the man has been speaking. Let's be fair to him. He has said, but what did they say? Even now that even the Buhari, the government knows what is happening, what have they done? Is it not the same thing? Is it going to be the same thing? He was bold enough to say, these are the things happening in our area. Did they do anything? Now we are hearing that Wakili this, Wakili that. At the end of the day, it's a different ballgame entirely. Nobody's saying anything. So who is the prominent Yoruba man that didn't support Amotekun? He said that some people, because of even in that video, if you watch it, he said some people, because of their political ambition, they don't want to. They prefer to protect the Fulanis, or to listen to the Fulanis, or to favor Fulanis. It is this same Gani Adams. He came out during NSAS. How many people came out during NSAS? Go and check Arise TV. How many of you? The man was there, and they were trying to shut him up because he was saying it the way it is. They now say, "Oh, don't say that." He said, "Please, if you know that you don't want me to talk next time, don't call me." This man talk now. How many people remember? I watched him. So, when you are talking, they will not listen to you. And when problem comes now, the people that are supposed to support you, they will not be calling you. You are not talking. But when you are talking, they will not even tell you that yes, you are saying something meaningful. Is it not? Isn't Nnamdi Kanu who has been speaking on behalf of his people? Some people now tell him that who gave him that mandate, who gave you this, who do this and that. And the people who have been given the mandate, what are they doing? They are doing nothing. They're just looking at everybody. Just like I said, some people would say, oh, maybe he's talking to Igboho, but in my opinion, I don't think he's trying to. Maybe everybody sees things differently. You see things from different perspectives, but in my opinion, the man is just like, the way you are pushing me, the way you are just coming to me, you are attacking me. That is not the way it is. But he will say what he needs to say, because he said he has written to them. They didn't even answer him, but he didn't stop at them. Well, somebody is asking who is the prominent Yoruba person. Someone say Tinubu, Bola Tinubu. Okay, Tinubu is one of the major oppositions. Tinubu, Bola Ahmed. You are right. I fear my people. Yoruba Adakeja, Biekbe. Aṣíwájú Ogun Kogbodo King. Okay, this one is rapping here. Long life, Your Highness. You are a wise man, sir. You are a wise man. Which wise man are you talking about? So he should fold his arms and allow the Fulanis to finish his people, Abi, which means he's not competent to be in that position. But he has been writing now. He has written. At least I gave kudos to this man. Oh, this man during NSAS, he came out, and he's always on the side of the people. Even before this whole thing, he told us that terrorists have taken over the Yoruba forest. Wait till now talk. He told them, and during that exercise, I was just like, yes, because I was expecting, waiting for all these monarchs to speak, just the way they are always quiet. And the man, it was this man on Arise TV, and he said, they say, oh, don't use some words, don't say that, stop accusing, because he was saying that it is the government that even recruited the thugs that attacked the NSAS people. They say, no, don't say that. You don't have to say that on national TV. You don't have to do this on national TV. He said, please, if you don't want me to, that's the way it is. So let's not be deceiving ourselves. Let us not be deceiving ourselves. So, like I said, everybody sees things from a different perspective. So, what do you think? Leave your comment below and let's have your take.